Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. We're gonna try and go into the tower and find this last memory crystal. And hopefully we can do that and then we can bid goodbye to the sunken towers. I think. Do you think we should visit Saroa? He has nothing to say. Okay, never mind. Into the Crystal Archives. Pick a direction. The usual squad. Harvick, we were gonna upgrade you. We don't have enough. Costs 11 insight. What are we at? 2. Right, I take it back. When we can get 9 more insight, then maybe we can swap out Harvick with Elani. Basically, I would like to try and bring Harvick into the main rotation once we have the ability to get him armor. So, we succeeded, avoided the trap. In we go. Oh, all right, let's see here. You emerge into a large chamber at the corners of which grow crystals that bear an iridescent glow. At first you behold the beauty of this place. The smattering of crystals illuminates the entire chamber, creating a kaleidoscope of cerulean hues that mingle in concert, bathing everything in shifting light. Then you see it. A crystalline outgrowth from the wall has partially enveloped half a dozen humanoids, who are connected by the formation, but appear locked in place. They look wizened, if not outright mummified. Could these poor souls still be alive? Drawing closer to the group, you begin to hear their moans and muffled cries. Their faces and upper bodies are twisted in perpetual agony, and they writhe in unison as much as they can in their crystalline prison, seeking release. Your attempts to converse with them from a distance are to no avail. They seem too preoccupied in their current predicament. Let's try to free them. This seems weird. After exhausting a host of less invasive methods at your disposal, your attempts are in vain. Only one more approach seems to be appropriate, smashing the crystals themselves. Of course, you do not know if this will rouse the beings locked inside their half-conscious torpor. In the end, there is only one way to find out. He who dares wins. Smash the crystals. You and your komes arm yourself with whatever weaponry seems fitting for the task, and then you smash the crystals that have encased one of the humanoids. Surprisingly, with the right level of force brought to bear, the crystals smash fairly easily. But much to your horror, what follows is a chain reaction that breaks a large part of the formation, and thus frees 4 of the wretches in sequence. Now free from their crystalline shackles, the full forms make it apparent that they are beyond help. In fact, you realize they are long dead, and now wish the same for you. Even in their undead state, there yet remains some kind of pale blue glow in their eyes and limbs, and when they move, they seem to do so with bursts of unnatural speed. There is little time before they are upon you, moving with freakish vigor. Despite their speed, your companions are ready. Oh, they're just zombies. That's very funny. All right. Oh, I forgot to cast the Blessing of Unbinding. Well, it's a good thing we ran into zombies. Shoot this one. They're pretty fast, though. High in the initiative. Oh, and they get 2 moves. Let's try to kill a couple of them, then. All right, we got one of them. And then that guy, he's too far out of reach. Good dodge. He's got to come back to the front. At least they don't have great accuracy, and apparently not very good damage either. So just try to take out what you can. Good job. Ow, bugger. Reload. I don't think he was gonna get a good enough damage to do enough to kill one of them on his own. Stab him. Whoa! Crit for death. Well, I'm glad we fought zombies. We'll probably end up fighting some ghosts at some point, but there's elation among your komes when the last of the undead are finally put down. In the aftermath of the battle, naught remains but their now inert corpses and the remnants of their once prison. The crystals that house them are shattered and smashed across the marble floor, though you still detect a faint glow among those broken shards. Take the remnants of the crystal, 100%. Keep exploring. Next move. Deeper. Further. Still in control. Still go. Still go. Crystal lamps. Aha! Okay. You happen on a door covered in a thin, glassy veil of crystal growth. It is in the process of being overgrown, albeit it will probably take quite a while before it is completely sealed. For now, you merely need to put your weight behind it to shove it wide open. The shiny layer cracks and the door budges. The small hall behind it has almost been completely enveloped in the growing crystal, so the way is blocked, but you spot a mummified body at the right wall. Despite it being already half encased in crystal and in an advanced state of decay, whoever he once was, he does not seem to belong to the tower, judging from his attire. Most likely, he was a visitor of later times, time after its fall, much like yourselves. He is wearing a cape that was probably blood red in its prime. Next to his desiccated body lie an array of arcane objects and materials, an empty-looking satchel, a dark leather-bound grimoire. Leafing through the book's crumbling pages containing arcane words, it is revealed that the owner was a self-proclaimed warlock, a sorcerer of dark magic called Takir. Your Kome suspect that he had a leg and several ribs broken before he died. What exactly caused his death? None of you can be sure after such a long time. Clutched in his shriveled left hand is an impeccably crafted memory crystal. The index and middle finger of his right hand are placed on a glyph each. Was he in the process of recording when he perished? It is an oddly chilling notion that the warlock remained wholly cognizant of his predicament to the bitter end. Experiencing the memories contained within a crystal like this, however, necessitates the skillful ministrations of an experienced crystalmancer. You take it to be able to access its contents down the line, and prepare to resume the exploration of the sunken tower after grabbing all the valuable items too. Ooh, new crystal that we can use in Lumen. Further. Avoid the trap. We did. Let's go back, partly because our companions wanted to, and secondarily because we got lucky in that we didn't have to fight any ghosts today without the blessing of unbinding. So let's talk to Sidarius, ask for a blessing of unbinding. We will use spectral dust because we tend to get spectral dust when we're down there. And then we will end the day. Rest up. Back into the tower. Lower levels. Crystal Archives. Down we go. Same crew. Wrong. Onward. Keep going. Ah, battle. Oh! Not what I expected. A crystal guy. We might be able to nuke this dude before he even gets a chance to move. 9 damage so far. 3, 12 total. Oh, nice. Well done, team. Get some crystals off that bad boy. Onwards. Avoid the trap. We succeeded. Deeper. Transient. Keep going. Keep going. Battle. Ah, actual ghost this time. But now we have the blessing of unbinding. All right, try to get at the wizard if we can. Well, one guy down. Well done. Oh, smoked. Maybe we try to kill this guy then. Ha, nerd. Dead. All right, now poke this guy. He evaded me. What? And then I got stabbed by a ghost sword. Holy cow! The amount of crits coming out, fast and furious. I don't think you can debuff a ghost. Oh, then you healed him, you fool. Healed him and buffed him. What kind of ruins do you have in that bag, sir? There we go. I think just Gorgoro took a little bit of damage there. On we go. Ooh. Descending a large spiraled staircase, you emerge into a vast crystal archive where 2 rows of statues face each other, sprawling out parallel to the far side of the room, where a plain marble wall stares back at you. Your team scours the area, and as you do so, you are suddenly hit with a realization. You have been here before. You know this chamber, for it is the chamber where you watched Jurdum Revis, a prolific preceptor of crystalmancy, store some of his most intriguing research materials. You remember the contents of his memory crystal well, and the more you ponder, the more of the room's layout you can recall. The recollection leads you to a hunch. The wall at the far side of the room where the last of the statues are was not there when you watched Jurdum's memories, and so you have your companions test it. You watch as one of them puts a hand through the evidently illusory barrier, then a leg, and finally they disappear through it entirely. There is a moment of tension before your companion returns, but when they do, you are content to direct your party forward and investigate further. Moving through the marble illusion, you are struck forthwith by a quite alluring sight. There is some kind of vault directly in front of you at the end of a short tunnel. Covered in elaborate arcane symbology, the vault takes a little strength to open, but in the end it swings open with a loud creak, and silence reigns once more. The place is brimming with crystal artifacts. Taking the time to explore within, you gather up all manner of trinkets and baubles, making this quite the haul. Cool! We got 3 memory crystals, a white crystal, an energy crystal, and some ceruleus crystal. Ignore them. We're in charge. Alright, head back. Good grief. I wonder if I have to like push it like 8 times or something to get to the bottom of the tower or something crazy like that. Mostly I didn't want to push it and have lost the crystal vault that we just discovered. But I think I'm willing to push it today. So let's enter the tower again. Lower levels, the crystal archives, and then down we go into the dark. And this time I'm going to try to push it as deep as I can. Let's go. In we go. Got some memory crystal. Cool. Deeper. Got shaken. That's not great. Combat. Some ghost balls. Poke 'em good. I'm not sure what I'm gonna play on the channel after Vagrus. I mean, obviously we have other stuff going on. And there's always other games that I could play. But I kind of want to do another narrative game. Like, Vagrus is a very heavily narrative game, obviously. I've considered Road Warden. I have the game and I've been meaning to play it. I think that might be a fun one. And it like just updated like for the last time or something. Got a common jewel. We succeeded avoiding the trap. Press on. Ignore them. Throw caution to the wind. The expedition cannot stop here. You have to try or else all is lost. We succeeded. All right, apparently pushing it as far as you possibly can doesn't solve the problem. So let's go ahead and rest. I guess maybe we've just been getting unlucky. We gotta keep looking for the crystals, man. I would love for some more insight too, because then I could try my Harvick idea. Combat right away. They were waiting for us. Ghost balls. All right, try to kill this one. He is gone. Let's debuff it. Can you debuff a ghost ball? Apparently not. That was a waste of time. Nice crit. Good shot. Iced. Onward. Deeper. More combat. The ghosts know we're close. They're trying to stop us from finding the secrets. Stabby, stabby. Oh, he blocked me. How rude of you. Now you're dead. I don't know what target assessment does. I think it's a debuff. so bad. We should have our fighters try and attack the balls, and then have Nadir focus on... Oh, you rude dude. Focus on the ghosts, because she actually does decent damage to the ghosts. Oh, this guy! He's impossible to hit! They're all just shuffling around in circles. Oh, Garrick, you idiot. How could you do this? Been poked. Alright, he's gone. He can't hurt you anymore. Neither can that guy. He's got a little health left. Garrick, don't heal him. I'm gonna bane him? Can I bane you? Yeah! I didn't know I could bane a ghost. And it pushed him to the back of the initiative so Gorgoro could finish him off. How tactical. On accident. Taxidental. Spectral residue. Transient or not. Explore deeper. Aha! Something. This doorless corridor you took a while ago is most curious. There's a minute, slightly swaying pull forward that you can sense as you walk through the odd hallway. Yet this pull has not gotten any stronger since you began feeling it. What is more troubling, however, is what you can see beyond. The corridor is constantly moving in an oscillating manner as halls at its end give way to chambers, and then other corridors show up instead of those chambers, after which the accursed passageway sways on to reveal stairwells and then halls again. As this keeps happening, light and shade coming from ahead of you shift and dance around as well. It feels like you are inside a gargantuan hollow pendulum swinging about somewhere in the depths of the tower, with nauseating cavalcade slowly wearing you down. Just when you are about to turn back, you spy the first door, ajar from behind which a dull blue glow emanates. Peering into the room does not reveal any immediate peril, yet you proceed with caution as your senses are admittedly impaired from traversing that damned corridor. Once inside, the dizzying sensation is gone, along with the slight pull you sensed outside. You praise the gods for a brief respite, and take a look around yourselves. This place is replete with crystals of varying shapes and sizes. Stone desks are littered with parchments whose contents had faded into oblivion long ago, as well as with obscure instruments whose purpose you cannot fathom. Behind the corner of the L-shaped chamber, you find an ornate pedestal with a crystal atop that looks pristine. To your chagrin, however, it is impossible to tell as much as approach the pedestal, as a pale blue translucent magical barrier around it obstructs you, and there is no circumventing it. We will attempt to dispel the shield. We succeeded. The ward around the memory crystal is strong, thus you need to gather all your willpower and channel all the sorceress skills at your disposal. Indeed, you need to focus on directing them to dispel the protective barriers. A great deal of mental struggle accompanies your endeavor, in the wake of which arcane energies clash around the crystal. Subduing the nigh unassailable magical obstructions facing you, your combined efforts finally find a way to dismantle the protective ward. The blue translucent magical barrier disappears with a bright flash, finally allowing you to step forward and access its prized treasure. While your Kome sifts through the conjury of crystals lying about, seeking worthwhile ones to take, you take the craved object in your hand. Inspecting it closely, you see the mystical glyphs etched into the elaborately crafted crystal, a feat of superb crystalmancy. You arrive at the conclusion that this is indeed what you require for the Nexus Naritas, so you stow it away safely. With a pristine memory crystal in your possession, you consider how to proceed. Oh, cool. That will be one that we can use to record our own memories. We will continue, I guess, and get into a fight. Well, we've been finding stuff. It's just not the stuff we want. Good shot. Burn this guy. The mages are hard to hit. Like that. Ooh, we can shoot at two people, nerd. I'll smack you. That one did not harm me. Ah, it's so hard to hit. Get him. There we go. Ooh, nice. Debuff this guy? For reasons? Hey, we killed him. It's wild that he can't harm her with that ability. Still alive. As alive as a ghost can be. Not anymore. Nice. Let's More spectral residue. Okay. Oh, and another pristine memory crystal. Sick. Press on further. Next move. Let's try to ignore them once. Alright. Head back. Good grief. We'll never find the crystal we need. I wonder if there's statistics on like how many times you have to enter the tower before you find the final crystal, or all the crystals. I feel like we've gotten relatively lucky when it comes to finding the items we do want to have. But, you know, it was bound to run out eventually. Or maybe we're not being unlucky. Maybe this is normal. Your team ascends a particularly volatile stairwell. Despite its constant twisting and twirling, you realize that the newel posts are more stable, and you can catch your breath on the landings. Bearing that in mind, you reach the top unscathed, and you find that the view upstairs is stunning enough to be worth the hassle of the climb. This team is standing tall on a balcony overlooking chambers of various shapes and sizes. The dominant aspect of everything you see from this vantage point is, unsurprisingly, the crystals. They're everywhere. Even the doors beneath the vaulting archways on the two sides of the balcony have them, albeit one of them is completely and utterly overgrown, making it impassable. The other one, however, is accessible. Approaching it, you spy a plaque informing you that the study of High Praeceptor Parhassus... Is this the guy? It is! We did it! I think. You have an inkling that the memory crystal Praeceptor Lelothason has tasked you with seeking out is behind this door, and so you enter. Almost every surface of the interior is covered with all manners of crystal growths, bathing the High Praeceptor's quarters in an intense sapphire glow. The noise of arcane discharges fills the air like crackling of 100 whips as forks of lightning are zigzagging from crystal formation to crystal formation in a crazed dance. Here and there you spot dozens of shards mid-air as if some crystals exploded, and then their shattered pieces froze in time. There's something behind the crystals. At the far side of the room, you spot a desk, floating crystal lamps, and some shelves. It resembles an actual study, and you hope that the object of your pursuit lies somewhere there. However, navigating this hostile environment is going to be perilous. After surveying the obstacles before you, you do not see a clear path between the crystals and the lightning arcing between them. You know that you're going to have to improvise and adapt. Shaking off the momentary hesitation, you take the first step, leading your co-mace. You do your best to avoid the dangers ahead. We did it. Dodging the lightning strikes and the sharp crystal edges is no easy task, especially since the disorienting sensation common to the areas of the tower is somewhat stronger here. You struggle along with your companions to find a safe path through, following each other's steps and warning one another of particularly hazardous spots. Despite some really close calls and near misses, your team manages to surmount the potentially deadly obstacles and emerge on the other side safe and sound. You made it through. You allow yourselves a little breather before you turn to the desk. It is interrupted, however, by the otherworldly shrieks echoed by the crystals in a most disturbing manner. Reaching for your weapons, you see a cadre of insane spirits emerge from the walls, floating in through the crystal field you have just crossed. They charge at you with the swiftness and ferocity of a territorial animal's seething rage over you violating their turf, and brace for combat. You think the lightning would strike them too, and then harm them? Oh, we can only have 4 people. I think we should have Nadir instead of Garrick. She can't harm the balls as well, but she can do really good damage against the specters. And we should definitely bring Sidarius instead of Aelani. I think this group of 4 is pretty solid. So Garrick, you shoot the big ball. 12 crit is fantastic. Owie. Try to take the ball out if you can. That would be sick. Yeah, just keep shooting Nadir. I don't know why you hate her and why you can't damage her, but I approve. I thought she would have been able to kill the ball with her fireball, but apparently not. You missed with the cleave. I'm so upset. And then he killed himself in a suicide run. How rude. Spectral Warrior Elite. The good news is even though we're struggling to hit them, they're not particularly strong from a attack standpoint. Nice. Goodbye, ball. Oh, rats. I hate the evasion of the ghosts. It's too strong. Poke him. Oh my goodness. That wasn't even an evasion. An evasion. We just straight up missed. All right, reload. Garrick, surprisingly, you're like the only person who can hit anybody. All right, we killed another one. Stop hasting this guy. Haha, nerd. Gorgoro, why did you go all the way over there? Now you've left Garrick in a precarious situation. I thought you were going to finish him for sure. At least he pushed him into the spot that Gorgoro could finish him off. You fight undaunted, vanquishing your spectral foes. You are allowed no respite as another group of frenzied ghosts arrives in the High Praeceptor's office to take you down. You have no choice but to muster all the strength you have left to vanquish these specters as well. Alright, no balls to fight this time. And we get our whole crew. This shouldn't be so bad. They do have an elite warrior, so let's try to get rid of the other guys. I feel like it's a solid strategy to try and take out the chaff when you're in a big battle. Because then, you know, just less actions to deal with. That guy hasting the elite is pretty annoying. Ooh! Maybe that, you know, I wonder if Nadir has, like, magic resistance, and that's why that guy, even though he hits, or when he attacks Nadir, he does no damage. It actually might be a fairly powerful spell. It's kind of interesting to think about. Stop hasting this guy, it's annoying. Yeah, when he hits Nadir, it doesn't do anything. Oh, we hit the Praeceptor, thankfully. Oh, he lived with 1 HP. And then healed himself like a nerd. Alright, we iced him. Let's get the Praeceptor. We did, fantastic. And now just his buddy. Ooh, I thought that was death for sure. Excuse me. We only did 3 damage. Oh my god. Just die! Thank you. Goodness gracious. When the last insane specter is banished back from whence it came, the only audible noise— wow, look at this guy. The only audible noises left are crackling of the arcane flashes of lightning zigzagging not far behind you. You finally get to look around. The aggressive crystal growth has enveloped most of the High Praeceptor's study, yet the desk remains uninfested. In the middle of its top lies a memory crystal mounted on a casing apparently designed for this specific purpose. Whoever placed it here must have left it so prominently displayed that anyone coming in here would find it with ease. Next to it lies some scrolls arranged neatly around the casing. You reach out to collect the scrolls and the memory crystals. The instant you touch the latter, you immediately trigger it, resulting in a very vivid vision. A memory recorded and left behind to be found. Before you stands a tall elderly man with a beard of considerable length and stern gaze. You know this is the High Praeceptor Parnassus with his full majesty. In a thundering voice he begins to speak, his tone concerned yet graceful. Whoever shall find this memory crystal, know the tower's destruction is imminent. The only way to survive what is to come is to reach the Star Garden, where my most esteemed colleagues and I will open a path that leads out of here to safety. If you value your life, I beg you, follow us to the Star Garden. Perhaps there is still time. I shall now recite the incantations that will open the seal. We shall conjure to close off the entrance behind us. May the gods deliver you safely. He then proceeds with the spell, intoning in a voice filled with arcane energy. Then he falls silent with his solemn gaze reminding you of the gravity and urgency of the matter. The moments later, you regain your senses. As the vision dissipates, you find yourself back in the crystal-infested office of the High Praeceptor. You have what you came for, and now you need to find the entrance to the fabled Star Garden. Stowing the invaluable memory crystal away, you turn back. After a short deliberation, you and your companions recall the path you took when you came through, which makes the way back significantly easier. Cool. All right. Well, that's a great place to pause the episode. We got the crystal. So what does that mean? Oh, okay. So next episode, we will go talk to Praeceptor Lelithason about getting the crystal that we just got. So for now, if you guys enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Vagrus, the Riven Realms, or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have your notifications on so you know when the next videos go live. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.